everyone, it's Linda McKenna from Golden Rule Senior Placement Services coming to you today with Tuesday Talks. Our topic today is how to have a conversation with your senior loved one about senior living. And this is a two-part series, so this is part one because it is lengthy and I don't want to take up too much of your time each Tuesday. So we'll reconvene next Tuesday. There is a famous Oxford scholar, and his name is Theodore Zeldin, and he is a very big thinker of books and has answers to 3 questions. Where can a person look to find more inspiring ways of speaking each day and each year? What ambitions remain unexplored beyond happiness, prosperity, faith, love, technology, or therapy? What role could there be for individuals with independent minds or who feel isolated or different or misfits? Each of Zeldin's books illuminates from a different angle what people can do today that they could not in previous centuries. Here's a quote by Mr. Zeldin. Conversation in a meeting of minds with different memories and habits. When minds meet, they don't just exchange facts. They transform them, reshape them, draw different implications from them, engage in new trains of thought. Conversations doesn't just reshuffle the cards, it recreates new cards. I love that. If we go with that concept about talking with our senior loved ones, I do believe that we will be able to get through to them and have them see us in a different light, that we're not putting them away or anything of that sort. We're giving them options for having a better quality of life. If we think that and we portray that in different dialogues, which we're going to go into, then it's going to be much more simplified. A great conversation can be invigorating, exciting, comforting, and informative, all at once, especially when you're talking with someone with decades of experience, knowledges, and memories to draw upon. Now, we're talking about a senior loved one who has a lot of history, and they preserve those memories. So when we're telling them that we feel that we have more knowledge, they are very taken back that what they know doesn't really matter anymore, okay? To keep that into consideration. Having the opportunity of speaking one-on-one with your senior loved one is a highlight of their day. And families agree to the power of sharing stories and talking through memories with their elderly loved one. In fact, making time to connect and share in a conversation can be one of the most enriching, rewarding, and healthy things you can do, especially for older adults. And how rewarding is it for us on the recipient end? It's hard to estimate that incredible impact that being social can have for seniors. Studies show that when our senior loved ones are able to maintain social relationships, they have a more positive outlook on life, experience better overall physical and mental health, and enjoy greater longevity. I always say that during our 4 pillars of care and needs that we need to establish when we first start out working with one another, we talk about financial and medical, and I always ask you, they're social and they're spiritual. And some folks will say they're not very social anymore, they don't want to do anything. Let's reflect what they used to do in the past so we can maybe, rise that again. And with people of their likeness, they've been isolated at home because of COVID, or they're not able to go out to their place of worship and socialize and be in their faith because of their limitations and maybe because of COVID. So with all that being said, socialization is important. It's something that we thrive upon. We are all storytellers, that we can talk about our past, May they be wonderful, may they be even trying. Like growing up in the depression was thriving, but it gives knowledge to the next generation, and it really makes them feel worthy of their knowledge and their experience when they talk with you about it. We always say they're the best generation, and it's for the reason of their survival and what they've been through. So listening to them is important, and socializing is important for them as well, of the same likeness, because they come from the same era and they have the same not only likeness but experiences and memories as well. What's more, the act of reminiscing can have significant benefits for seniors in and of itself. As the Aging Care explains, according to the research of Dr. Robert N. Butler, telling stories and sharing memories can give older adults the invaluable opportunity to, quoted, share their memories, pass on wisdom that comes with age, better understand their lives and identities, resolve past conflicts, and connect respectfully with others on a social and often emotional level. That is deep, and it's very, very important to take that into consideration. Talking constructively about the past can help reduce symptoms of depression and improve self-esteem and life satisfaction in our senior loved ones. Structured reminiscing can also be a valuable method of engaging with seniors who have varying levels of cognitive impairment, including those with dementia and other types of memory loss. Boy, is that poignant? Meaning that, if somebody cannot recollect so much of the past and they have long-term memory loss and maybe even short-term memory loss, they can't reminisce. But there is a spark in there in some of them that if you bring up certain situations, sometimes the reflection does come back. So don't give up hope on that. Sometimes even showing them pictures of the past sometimes helps them recollect. Sharing memories and telling stories and connecting with a personal level can make older adults feel healthier and happier, while also giving your incredible insights into your loved one's past. And all it takes is to get started is the simple way of talking and listening. Because of recent conditions, having discussions have been difficult due to social distancing, and many may not be so productive during a video call. When we only have a few hours at a time with a senior loved one, it can be tricky to say that you wish you could stay or say, especially when you need to navigate around any communication barriers like hearing loss. So when you're on that call and there's a hearing loss and you're repeating, they're getting frustrated, you're getting frustrated. So those are the barriers of conflict, as well as frustrations in them as well. It can also be intimidating to ask a loved one about the past, present, or future. Sometimes being afraid of saying the wrong thing or digging up a painful memory can put you at a loss for words. If you're looking for easy ways to start conversations with your senior loved ones, it may help to go in with a few ideas prepared. This way you can ease into the talk, knowing that you can change the subject when you need to. Looking to have meaningful conversations that go beyond small talk or the weather, here are a few types of conversation starters that can help you deepen your relationship with your senior friends and family. This is the first, since this is the first part of the series, I'm going to go through their most farthest past, and that's talking about childhood. Asking questions about when your senior loved one was young can give you a personal look into their past and offer you a better understanding of your family's history. It's also an easy way to get many people to open up, start sharing, since childhood memories are often the most vivid and accessible, even decades later. Here are a few topics and conversation starters to try. I agree. My dad knows his kindergarten teacher, and he is very, very detail-oriented as to his early years. So that's pretty remarkable. Where were you born? Can you describe the town or neighborhood you grew up in? What's the story behind your name? What was your first job? What did you do for fun when you were a child? What were your childhood favorites? Food, movie, game, colors? What inventions, fads, or world events do you remember most vividly? What is your earliest memory? Who were your best friends growing up? What were they like? What was your childhood home like? I think this is so rewarding to have these conversations. It leads into having that discussion about senior living, but let's never forget of the past, and the value of where they are today stems from their childhood and their experiences. And once you uncover all those childhood memories, them being most likely really, really good and fruitful, you'll better understand what your senior loved one wants for their later years as well, and what they're going to take from it in senior living. Start these conversations today with your senior loved one. Build a journal, build a memory book, even tape them. It's something that you could cherish long after they're gone, and you could share with the generations to come about their great-great-great-grandpa or their great-grandma. It's something that will be invaluable not only now, but into the future. Thank you for coming to Tuesday Talks and having me in your home or in your office. And as always, I always lead you to my website, which is www.goldenruleseniorplacement.com. There you'll find a whole host of information, my bio, demographics, testimonials, these video talks, various options, resources, and so much more. I look forward to discussing in next week for Tuesday Talks, part 2 of the series. And in the meanwhile, have a blessed week and start journaling and start having a conversation with your senior loved one. Thank you. Bye-bye now. See you next week.